Brutal injury update for the San Diego Padres as they are currently entrenched in a firm playoff race, but they are without one of their most important players and could be without him for a lot longer than expected. So we'll break that down and much more on this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Welcome in, Padre fans. I'm your host, Peter Vryonis. Today we're going to be discussing the Ha-Seong Kim injury update. And spoiler alert, it does not look too great for the shortstop, who has had a bit of an up-and-down season offensively, but defensively, there is no doubting how important he is to this Padres team. And I've grown accustomed to just loving the Padres. They become one of my favorite teams, and I'm bummed out about this news that I just got today because Hasson Kim is a very important player for what the Padres are trying to do, and they're in a wild card race right now. They're in a spot to make the playoffs, and they should make the playoffs. But Mason McCoy is currently the replacement at the shortstop position, and he's just not cutting it at the same level that Hasson Kim was, despite the inconsistencies offensively. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the video. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. It means a ton to me. And give me your thoughts on whether or not you want to see Hasson Kim return to the lineup. And I'll give you my answer. I absolutely want to see him return to the lineup. But let's take a look here. So the Padres are 10-8 since 10-10 since Kim got hurt. Seems like they're feeling his absence of 2.6 wins above replacement just a little bit. And this is a Hasson Kim fan account, which you don't see too many of in the Major League Baseball community. But shout out to this guy. He's sticking to his guns, and he's sticking by his guy. And Hasson Kim is his guy as well as other Padre fans. So it's really too bad that he's not in the lineup right now. And you can see this. Hasson Kim is not as close as we'd like, Mike Schultz said. Kim tried throwing across the diamond at full strength yesterday and continued to experience shoulder discomfort. Now, he originally went on the 15-day IL with shoulder discomfort, and he was expected to be back relatively soon after those 15 days were up. And that hasn't happened. Those 15 days have passed, and Hasson Kim is still nowhere to be found in the San Diego Padres lineup. And this is a quote here from Tatis, might not be him. The McCoy experience has resulted in me never slandering Hasson Kim ever again. And that's pretty much how I feel as well. Like, Hasson Kim has had his inconsistencies, but if you take a look at Mason McCoy's numbers, he's got a minus .2 WAR. He's batting .204, and he's only got 10 hits and 49 at bats, and the defense is average to below average at best. So not only that, he does not even provide the same speed element that Hasson Kim does, having only stolen one base in those 18 games that he has played, compared to the 30 or so that Hasson Kim has stolen. So there's a huge fall off there between the two guys. And if you look at Hasson Kim's numbers, 22 stolen bases for Hasson Kim, whereas he stole 38 last year. So that's my mistake. But Kim is one of the better defensive shortstops in the league. He gets on base at a pretty good clip. The power may not be where Padre fans want it to be this season with only 11 home runs, but last year he was one of the more valuable players in all of baseball, and he provides value in so many different ways, whether it's defensively, offensively, base running wise. He is an all-around complete player, and you could tell that the Padres are severely missing him right now. Like Mason McCoy, no disrespect to him, he's worked hard to get to the big leagues, and he had to battle in the minors for a very long time, but he's just not the same caliber of player, and that's just what it is, unfortunately. Like, the Padres right now are in the top wild card spot. They're only 2 games ahead of the Atlanta Braves, who are in that 3rd wild card spot right now, and Arizona breathing right down their necks. They're half a game back of them. So they got to step it up here. They're not playing today, but they kick off a 2-game set against Seattle on Tuesday, and they'll play San Francisco shortly after that. So it's not going to be an easy schedule. This is who they got coming up here. Seattle for 2 games, San Francisco for 3, Houston for 3, the White Sox, that should be a sweep for 3, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Arizona Diamondbacks to finish off their season. So that is a very tough schedule that the San Diego Padres are going to have to go through. And without Ha-Seong Kim, that might be a very tough task. Mason McCoy, he's doing his best out there, but he's not the same level of player that Kim is. So having to play Seattle 2 times, who have amazing pitching, San Francisco 3 times, who are a division rival and are always going to play you tough, then Houston, who has really turned the corner, the Chicago White Sox, the worst team of all time, Los Angeles Dodgers, who have arguably the best player in baseball on their team in Shohei Ohtani, and then the Arizona Diamondbacks, the team that you are directly fighting for that number 1 wild card spot. So it is going to be very tough. And like we'll take a look at the division standings here. And the Padres are 6 games back of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I just think there's not enough runway for them to go ahead and catch the Dodgers. But there's a danger here of them falling out of a playoff spot, especially with the way that the New York Mets are playing. So Ha-Seong Kim is not a make it or break it kind of player, but he kind of becomes that once Mason McCoy gets inserted into the lineup, and he is playing every single day for you at arguably the most important position on the field defensively, which is shortstop. So they need him back. They need him back in the worst way possible, because I thought the Padres, there was no way that they were going to miss the playoffs just a couple of weeks ago. I thought there was a way that they could even challenge for the division. I think that ship has sailed. The Dodgers are playing far too well right now for anyone to catch them, and they've built themselves a really nice cushion. So I just don't think that's going to happen. But now there is a danger of them falling out of the playoff race altogether, because the Atlanta Braves have really turned the corner. They're only 2 games back. And the New York Mets as well are tied for that final wild card spot, and they're arguably the hottest team in baseball. So it's going to be an absolute dogfight from now until the end of the season for that NL wild card race. I can't wait. It's so much fun. I really hope the Padres pull through. I'm really pulling for all of you amazing Padre fans, because you guys have been killing it on the support on my videos. But not only that, they pack Petco Park every single night, and it is one of the most electric atmospheres in all of baseball that I've ever seen. So they deserve it. They deserve a very good team, and I think once they get to the playoffs all healthy in one piece, I really don't believe there's anything that's going to stop them or stand in their way. But that'll wrap it up for this episode of 3 Up, 3 Down. Thank you guys so much for making it this far. Again, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button as well, and give me your thoughts on the Ha-Seong Kim situation. For my opinion, I think this is a brutal injury update. So hopefully he's back sooner rather than later, and hopefully they get him back before the end of the regular season, because if not, then that might be the reason why they don't make the playoffs. But thanks again for making it this far. Shout out to you guys, and shout out to Baseball Town as well. They're your one-stop shop for everything that you need baseball related, whether it's softball, baseball. They got you covered. The best equipment at the most competitive prices. So check them out today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.